Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this March the 26th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the satellite imagery here of the United States, Tropics, South America region as well. You can see we got a tropical system, well, not a tropical system, but you can see a cold front stretching in the north central tropical Atlantic, stretching from the north central tropical Atlantic all the way just northeast of the Bahamas. As that system continues to push eastbound, you can see a little bit of activity down across South America and Eastern Pacific. Got a storm system down there across Texas, also in the portions of the Four Corners region back into New Mexico and Arizona. Got another storm system here moving into the upper northwestern U.S. around the Washington, Oregon state, and then it will continue to cross the country as well. You can see a little bit of activity up around Minnesota, a little bit of activity in portions of Maine and the Newfoundland region as well, and St. John's vicinity also. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue getting the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see we got some mixed precipitation in portions of Maine to southeast Canada, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York State. More mixed precipitation up here around portions of South Canada, northern Michigan region. Also stretching from portions of Minnesota back into North Dakota, South Canada. You got some freezing rain there as well. More mixed precipitation in portions of Colorado and the portions of Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, Northern California. You got pockets of heavy snow over in portions of Northern California, portions of Washington State. You got some thunderstorms and showers in Washington and Northern Oregon states as well. More thunderstorms and showers along coastal areas in the Pacific Ocean, and more shower activity in northwestern California. Alright, got thunderstorms and showers from New Mexico to Texas, northern areas of Texas, northern Gulf through Louisiana, stretching into Ohio, West Virginia, up to Wisconsin, and Iowa region as well. Got some severe weather over South Texas, some flash flooding and heavy rain possible in that region as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, here's your Friday forecast. You can see we got some mixed precipitation portions of New Brunswick to Maine, stretching down to New York State, across Lake Huron, Lake Superior, northern Michigan, northern Wisconsin to Minnesota, through the Dakotas, back to Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, Nevada, and much of California and the California mountain range, and central California and the coastal waters of the Washington, Oregon State areas. We'll expect some rain showers there as well. Pockets of heavy snow in northern California and a little bit in portions of Oregon and a portion of Washington State. Freezing rain from portions of Montana all the way to New Hampshire, and shower activity along the coastal waters of Rhode Island and Pennsylvania. Then we got thunderstorms and showers from Colorado to Iowa, all the way over to Ohio, southern Michigan, to areas of Virginia, to western North Carolina, stretching all the way down to Mississippi, the northern Gulf, also in the Texas region. Got some flash flooding and heavy rain over South Louisiana and eastern Texas region as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, here's a look at the current watch and warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Okay, you can see we got a lot of special weather statements up here. We got some up here around northern Michigan, also in the portion of New York State and Pennsylvania, in the portion of Western Virginia, also in the Western Virginia mountains, that is, Eastern Tennessee, much of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Got some frost advisories there as well across North Carolina. Red flag warnings over here in portion of Virginia and the western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina and northern Georgia. Even got a special weather statement and a severe thunderstorm warning over South Florida. Flash flood watches and flood advisories and flood warnings in effect for South Texas. River flood warnings still continue for you guys in Mississippi and portion of Louisiana and Texas. Northeastern Minnesota, looking at a winter storm watch. Red flag warning over portion of Wyoming. Special weather statements there as well, stretching the portion of Colorado and also into New Mexico. Hydro issues up here in portion of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Nevada region as well. Wind advisory is also in effect for Oregon, Nevada, and portion of California. Winter weather advisory for Northern California. High wind watches are in effect for portion of Northern California, Southern Idaho, and also wind advisory, like I said, for areas of southeastern Oregon, western Nevada, and much of Northern California. Severe thunderstorm watch has been posted for portion of Washington, Oregon State, with a few high wind watches along the coastal areas as well. Alrighty, we got a little bit of small craft advisory on the southeast coast of Florida and from southern California to Washington State. Storm warnings in effect along coastal areas of Oregon. Hawaii and Chain Island looks good. A little bit along the central and southwestern portion of Alaska. Small craft advisory and special weather statements inland. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day number 2, which is your Thursday outlook. Alright, you can see we got general thunderstorm from Seattle to Eugene to Billings to Glasgow to Jackson areas of Wyoming, Cheyenne to La Crosse, all the way over toward Lupkins. Far east is Bowling Green, Kentucky, Cincinnati, portions of Ohio, Chicago, Illinois region. There's that slight risk across Corpus Christi and Brownsville. Also a little bit in portions of the areas of Kansas, Nebraska, and portions of Missouri and southwestern Iowa. And then we got the marginal risk for around Omaha to Lincoln, over towards Springfield, Jefferson City, then again from Fort Stockton, San Antonio. Tornado probability looks like this: 2% in the green areas across these northern Missouri and portions of Nebraska, Kansas, and southern Iowa, South Texas. Damaging winds, 5% up here from Nebraska to Kansas, also over toward Missouri, South Texas. There's that 15% across around the Corpus Christi and Brownsville area. Large hail, there's that 15% in this area here, stretching, and 5% in the Brown, and 15% across Corpus Christi, Brownsville area. Fort Stockton, you're in the 5% risk area for large hail. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. And then we'll get to the major severe weather outbreak coming up later on this week into day 5 and 6. Alright, you can see we got general thunderstorm for Spokane, Washington to Jackson, Colorado, Jackson, Wyoming to Casper, Wyoming to Fort Stockton. Far east is portions of Charleston, West Virginia. Far north is Rochester and Buffalo, New York. Marginal risk from Brownsville to Shreveport, then from McCook all the way over to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Probability looks like this: should be 5% respectively in those two areas. Alright, finally, let's move on to the outlooks. Here is day number 5. There's that slight risk from Fort Wayne to Charleston, West Virginia to Jackson, Mississippi, all the way down to North Houston. Would not be surprised that could go a little further to back in the Corpus Christi and Brownsville area. Could be affected by that, and it could go on up toward Cleveland and Detroit. Right now, we're just going to keep it at this here right now. Let's move on to day number 6. Moved on up just all the way up to Baltimore, Washington, D.C. You're included, to Columbia, South Carolina. They have extended it to New Orleans. Also, I said last night, to Jackson, to Tallahassee, Florida, to Mobile. You would be included. Atlanta down to Dalton, Alabama. You're included as well in the 15% risk area for severe weather. This will be Monday's outlook. Let's go back to Sunday outlook. This is what Sunday looked like. This is it here, all the way from Ohio back to Texas and Louisiana regions for that time frame. So, alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.